We're here at Autogeek Show Car Garage today with my friend Jeff McEachran from GYEON.
How you doing, Mike?
Good, and we're going to talk about plastics, specifically all the plastics that come on new cars. Now they're on the outside of the car, they're also specifically on the inside of the engine bay. In fact, when you pop the hood on a new car, you hardly even see the engine anymore.
Sure.
All you really see is plastic. What do we have from GYEON for plastic?
Sure, so for our plastic protectant, we're using GYEON Q2 trim. We're going for a nice healthy look, but more overly protection. Your exterior plastics fade very easily from exposure to the sun and ultraviolet rays. Engine bays see a lot of high temperatures, so we want to really help the maintenance of your engine bay plastics not get gunked up and let that material adhere. So we'll do a quick wipe down of our plastics and get into our trim products, but healthy look and long-term protection of those exterior and engine bay plastics.
Plus bragging rights, you know, when you got a car like this,
it
and you
always
pop
looks
the
good.
hood, want it to look good.
Yeah, definitely. So prep is my go-to wipe down for everything. You always want a clean and pure surface before you introduce the long-term coatings. So any silicones or cleaners or degreasers, you want to be free of the surface so that that plastic can interact directly with the trim and get the most performance and protection out of that. So directly on, I always want to do a cool motor. Obviously let that thing cool down so you're not evaporating out the product too quickly. Just a quick wipe down of the trim.
And so what this does then is it preps the plastic surface so the coating can properly bond to it.
Absolutely. Anything in between that coating and the surface under it is going to lead to less durability, less performance, and we're going long term with our protective coatings.
Yeah. And another thing is that I teach people about as far as like taking care of the plastic in the engine compartment is when you buy a car like this, you know, almost all the service is done at the dealership.
Sure.
And if you take your car in and your car is well presented on the outside and the mechanics pop the hood and it looks all beautiful, to me they're going to give it more respect just because you take care of it, you respect it. So keeping your engine bay as well as the outside of your car nice and clean before you take it to the dealership is like a little ounce of prevention.
Absolutely. I think they appreciate that.
Yeah, it looks good too.
Yep.
And the cool thing about coatings, just like the outside of your car, once you do this initial prep wipe and put the coating on, in the future it's going to be a lot easier and a lot faster to keep it looking brand new.
Absolutely.
And that's going to help the resale value or the trade-in value.
It's a great point. Great point. We'll definitely release contaminants much easier, so cleaning is not such a chore. So throwing on some nitrile gloves. Always want to use protection. Keep the products off your skin as much as possible. I've got my GYEON application block, microfiber suede, and then the GYEON trim product. So quick little shake. Pop my top off here. Now 4 or 5 drops right onto my applicator suede. I like to dab it out over the trim a little bit. And then just a nice even crosshatch pattern. Really just let the product kind of absorb into the plastic. Very user-friendly, very simple. And we're just going for a nice healthy look. See the sheen it put on it, not overly glossy, not greasy, just healthy and well taken care of.
It's the term would be a dark satin sheen.
Absolutely.
So like plastic look if it was brand spanking new.
Yep, just nice and healthy. I'll take a polish wipe, go back over, pick up any extra product just to knock down that very top bit.
Now you didn't wait very long.
No, I like to go right on and right off. Not necessarily to let this really cure or flash in the plastic setting. It's going to absorb it quickly, it's going to bond quickly, and do its thing right off the bat.
Okay, now the plastic in the engine compartment is of course protected from the sun.
Sure.
But on the outside of a car, here's what I've always seen taking place. Someone buys a new car, plastic looks good, so they don't do nothing to it. 2 or 3, 4 years go by, expose the outdoors, that plastic starts to fade, turns real ugly. So right now, if you own a brand new car or the car's just a few years old, if the plastic still looks good, wouldn't this be the correct time to start using something like the Q2 trim?
Yeah, definitely. Day one is when you really want to protect your surfaces. Keep the effects of the UV rays off of it, any contaminants. Your plastic is very, very, very porous. So any kind of things that are going to get on there environmentally are going to do a lot of damage to plastic quickly because of that porosity. So the sooner the better. Good prep, good trim coating, and you're ready to use that car.
Let's take a look at the application to some exterior trim.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
After you've washed and dried the car to remove loose dirt, then you'd use the GYEON Prep product to go ahead and remove any remaining residues off the plastic, then apply the coating?
Yes, sir. Prep is always first. Get any remaining soaps or lubricants from that soap and that wash process.
Glossing agents, things like that.
Any kind of polymer set that soap might have had in it. Get that out of the plastic and trim so we can apply the trim product and it can absorb completely. Much the same process as we did with the engine bay. Nice flat areas. Use your block and your suede to help with a nice even look and even coat. Anything that has some kind of advanced curves or little crevices, feel free to yank that suede off, wrap it around your finger, fold it up, anything necessary to get an even coverage of that trim.
Sure, and then after you apply it, then wait, 20, 30 seconds and wipe it off, final buff, and you're done?
Yep, 30 seconds to a minute. I like to pick up a polish wipe, just level it out, pick up any high product, or if I might have gotten too much in a certain area, the polish wipe towel will pick up that remaining residue very easily.
And I tell you, from experience, the most important thing a person can do if they've got a car with plastic that is still in good shape is start right now. What most people do is they wait till it visually looks ugly, and then they look for a miracle product.
Yep.
And that's the wrong approach. The right approach is right now while it's in good shape, start to coat it.
Absolutely. Deal with your car's protection day one. As soon as it's off the truck, get it in, have it properly polished, have long-term coatings applied to every surface you're concerned with, and that'll go a long way into trade-in, resale value, just the overall look of the car.
And of course, you can get all GYEON products at autogeek.com.
Absolutely.